Jimmy Kimmel hosted the Oscars, the 96th Academy Awards this past weekend for the 4th time since 2017. It was everything you expected to be from him as being the host. Hacky, unfunny, cringy moments. And at one point, did you guys all see this? Kill, you guys all, did you see
the clip?
It? Okay, Rob,
I didn't
did you watch the whole thing or no?
Not the show, but I did see the clip.
So at one point, he cracked a joke about Robert Downey Jr.'s past drug addiction, which, bro, the guy doesn't like talking about. I've seen him walk off of interviews for movies where it's like, guys, it's the past. Look at what he's done. Look where he's at. Stop bringing that shit up, okay? And by the way, as my friends, tell me, and as the viewers, how uncomfortable, even though he's a professional, look at Robert Downey Jr. This is his night, and look at what this piece of trash does. Kelly, please play this clip.
Co-star Robert Downey Jr., who is, this is the highest point of Robert Downey Jr.'s long and illustrious career. Well, one of the highest points. But
like they all know. Yeah, look, and look.
Robert has been
yeah, he's being professional, right?
Was that too on the nose, or is that a drug motion you made?
Like just go, move on.
Well, look at him. I mean, look at this guy. He's so handsome, so talented. He's won every award there is to win. Is that an acceptance speech in your pocket, or do you just have a very rectangular penis?
I don't even get that.
I don't get. Look at Robert Downey. Ian. He's like,
I think that's a mention of like
not
a
even
dime
20 years
bag.
ago, things weren't going that great.
I thought maybe it was like an Iron Man.
The villain, and correct me if I have this wrong, in a movie where Tim Allen turns into a dog, right? And if you ever decide to remake that film, I have just the guy to play Tim Allen. That is, where is he? Messi.
You're going to get an applause because it's a freaking dog, Kelly. That's adorable. I know even Kelly's smiling.
A dog may have given the performance of the year in Anatomy of a Fall. Messi has an overdose scene. If you've seen it, you know it is incredible. Honestly, I haven't seen a French actor eat vomit like that since Gerard Depardieu.
Okay, Kelly, change this for I lose.
What's the Gerard Depardieu reference?
He ate vomit, I guess.
No, he peed and ate vomit on a plane like 25 years ago. So they're not even making fun of things that are relevant. It's Robert Downey's drug arrest from 1991 and Gerard Depardieu, who most people don't even know.
Don't even know who he is.
I love the jokes that you have to explain. Those are the favorite, where you don't even understand them, so then it takes analysis of other people to try and figure out what the hell they were joking about.
And here's the thing, Dave. Like this is the type of crap that makes people tune out. I don't want to. That's why the ratings are crashing, and I do not understand this leftist media, you name it. They don't wake up. Like, you're not getting the hint. Like, is Disney and all these people not getting it? We don't want to hear this shit. He's not funny. And besides the woke crap, and I'll go to you, David, this just adds insult to injury. Think about this. Robert Downey Jr., bro, he's had such an amazing journey. The guy has always been a fantastic actor. Yeah, he had problems. We all do. I've had my problems. Everybody has had their own issues. He's overcome all these obstacles. He gets to the point in his life, and mind you, he was a shoo-in. People knew that, he's going to do this. You pick this night that he's worked decades to get to, and you choose that to do that in front of his wife and his family?
It's a known fact. Jimmy Kimmel is a piece of shit. I mean, he's a mean-spirited, angry, unhappy, and above all else, unpleasant person. Yeah. I still can't get over Jimmy Kimmel, making the joke about you don't get vaccinated, you won't get treated. Good luck with your condition, wheezy.
Go die.
He's a bad man, and it translates into unfunny humor. Ricky Gervais has a bit of sauce, is a little more on point and more relevant, but he's not an underlying awful person, which I will wager dollars to donuts Jimmy Kimmel is.
My friend Dickie Barrett, he's the lead singer of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah.
Dickie, he used to work on Kimmel's show. He was like the guy, the hype, the guy, the main the music guy. And then he fired him because he wouldn't get the vaccine.
Shut the hell up.
Wow. Fucking fired him like 2 years ago. I think he was like, I don't know if he said you're fired or if it was like you're not hired anymore. I don't know what, but
they probably the company's policy of ABC. Because that's who owns Jimmy Kimmel.
And they were friends,
they own
him.
They
were on the show. Yeah. I mean, the Oscars got him going 3 out of 4 years, 3 out of 5 years. They got Jimmy. They keep picking him out of the bucket to host these Oscars.
Wow.
What is he like? I think that there is like a segment of humanity, and especially in the United States, that is wrapped in terror right now. Mm-hmm. And they're selling this crap. Because why would they like smile, laugh, and nod about this like back scratching shit when the world's changing so fast?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It's not, guys, it's not funny. And whoever the person is that labeled him a comedian, you can look it up. there's no stand-up of him anywhere. He's not a comedian.
He's a mean-spirited person who abuses of his position of media power to insult his ideological adversaries and people he considers to be his underlings.
Yeah, and
Mighty Bostons. I haven't heard that name.
The Mighty Boston.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
You should have Dickie on the show someday.
I will, 100%. He'll be very unusual. We'll talk about Jimmy's unfunny ass, but like, but by the way, not only is he one of the unfunniest people, and we get it, throughout his career, Jimmy Kimmel has been the most sexist and racist person. Like, and again, people go, well, Vinny, I loved watching the Man Show. And I was like, bro, and that's fine, but there's something, he's always gotten away with everything. Okay, and you guys want to know why? I broke it down. Because there's a rule in Hollywood. You can be racist and wear blackface as a white man. You can fat shame women. You could stomp on a Mexican immigrant's stomach. Guess what the key is, though? If you're a leftist, if you're a Democrat, you'll never, ever be held accountable. And if you don't believe me, this is a clip of Jimmy Kimmel on The Man Show. Kelly, play. By the way, that's not only blackface, that's black everything. This is him as Oprah. Go ahead.
That's Oprah?
Well, that's him playing Oprah. Yeah.
That's not even good, Oprah.
My body is my temple.
Okay.
That's why I start every morning with a brisk aerobic workout.
Blackface.
But I can't do it alone.
Fat shaming.
Workouts are easier when you have a partner. My workout
Stepping
partner
on a
is my
Mexican
maid, Marguerite.
immigrant.
Marguerite's
cool?
soft brown stomach protects
Look,
my knees and
who's
ankles
laughing?
from unnecessary wear and tear.
Not too much longer, mi sopra, okay?
That means shut up in Spanish. 15 minutes a day
Kelly,
is all you need to get your heart rate up.
That's a canned laughter. And guess what? If this was anybody else, any one of us, even back then, you're finished. Oh, one more Kelly has. This is him in black face and black body as Karl Malone. This is him. Go ahead, play this one, Kel.
Night, Karl Malone look up in sky and say, what the hell going on up there? The UFO live on another planet? Folded whole like E.T.? Karl Malone read on TV about white people getting deducted by aliens, sticking all kind of hell up their butt. And that's a damn thing.
All right, you can shut up. I can't.
Karl Malone never seen no flying saucer his...
Look, I might have a more risky take on this.
Go ahead.
That shouldn't be fundamentally off limits by way of comedy. When that little girl dressed up like her soccer hero for Halloween, I forget his name. It started with a Mo. I think his name was Mo.
The Muhammad guy.
It was a little young white girl dressed up like a Mo Saleh was the soccer player.
Yeah, Mo.
There's ways to do it where it's either genuinely good-natured humor, admiration, but to go back and cancel everybody for having done it except Sarah Silverman, except Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
it's the there's no white privilege, black privilege. It's Democrat privilege or lefty privilege.
I love that.
Because they can do it, they can get away with it, and they can judge other people remorselessly for having done it and have them canceled, but they themselves survive.
100%. Just like, and it's funny that we're talking about. Look what Deadspin tried to do with that little kid that went to the Chiefs game.
Oh my God!
They took a photo and they're like blackface. They tried to destroy this child, and that's why Deadspin just fired what 12 of its writers?
Well, the whole publishing staff, which at this point was only 12 writers.
Yeah. Bye. See, and
the kid was I do say indigenous in America, Indian American.
Yeah, he was Indian, and he was.
And then they said it was blackface, and then they said it was making fun of Native Americans.
Yeah.
The kid was a member of a tribe. I mean, it was the whole thing about it was wrong. They didn't retract it, and they should all fade into irrelevance.
And I'm happy that it is. And you nailed it, brother. Like, I think people they should learn their lesson. Ricky Gervais. That's the guy. I would pay him triple just to keep going instead of having somebody that doesn't even have a funny bone in their body, bro.
It's possible someone with standards doesn't want to associate with Pedowood anymore, and Ricky Gervais made his point and maybe doesn't want to associate with the demons.
Oh, I know, and I love that. And by the way, staying on the Oscars, another debacle that happened, John Cena, and I know you're going to have something to say about that. He was presenting the award for Best Costume Design. He walks on butt-ass naked with the envelope covering his crotch during... I have to say this, primetime TV, mind you guys. Children are watching this. I don't care what people are like, no, but it's late. Yeah, it's late on the East Coast. California, children are watching this with their families.
And it's the Oscars.
It's the Oscars. This isn't, some rinky-dink. This isn't on Comedy Central. To me, this was an obvious humiliation ritual. The pure degradation of a man. Like, bro, think about it. And you just nailed it, Taylor. This is the Oscars. Even if they pitch this idea, and mind you, I'm in shape, okay? I've had my clothes off. I was on a Showtime show called The Underground. Yeah, dude, it's late night. It's funny. I came up with it because I was like, it's a long story, but this is a whole different situation, bro. Kids are watching you. Kelly, play this, and then we'll get into how stupid it was. Like, they're clowning him. Look at this.
And like, is it really that funny?
I don't
understand.
Well?
He's wearing flip-flop sandals.
They have to have taped his weenie and balls up.
Something, yeah. The balls have to be duct tape.
Well, don't they say steroids does something to you?
Oh, yeah.
He's clearly shaved.
Like, don't get me wrong. He's in shape. We got it.
He shaves his pubic region.
Yeah.
Maybe the most important thing there is.
All right, Kelly, you can stop it. So, by the way, I think, and I wanted to get everybody's opinion, every single one of you, is this done on purpose to basically show who controls you and that they own your ass? Because they want everybody to see that as a role model or a hero to face humiliation, and then people that the people that follow these guys, now they lose that respect for you. What do you think?
I wonder how much he got paid for that. If he was like negotiated, like $20 million and I'll do it. $10 million.
Well, do you think they get paid to be a presenter? I don't know.
No, but everybody's talking about John Cena right now, so that works for the John Cena brand.
Very
the
true.
entire
or like
world
he has a movie coming
out.
That's how he's promoting it. I was like, I feel like
that'd be interesting.
There's another way you can promote.
So as because I want to get to you, Ian, as a woman, and I'm assuming. Because, nowadays you can't say that. You're a woman. Okay, now that we're clear, does that type of thing make you go, oh, wow, sexy's hot? What does that do for you as a woman? Kelly, what does that do for, I want to know, I'm going to ask her, then I want to ask Kelly too. What does that do for you?
I would, no, absolutely not. I feel like it's attention seeking. I also think it's desensitizing the idea around like sex. Everything is sex. Everything is naked. It's like, you can't even turn on the Oscars without people being fully clothed. You can't even go on Twitter or Instagram without people being fully clothed. And what does that do to a society en masse? Like you said, it's late night TV. The Oscars, isn't it supposed to be about movies and awards of people that they watch and people they look up to, where you should be able to sit down and have your kids be able to watch it with you, but you can't because there's a man who's naked and we just can't get away. Hollywood can't get away with having people naked. And I think it's doing something to the public writ large where you asked me if I'm attracted to it from a man's perspective. No, I think a man can be fully dressed just like I think a woman can be fully dressed, and that's more respectable than being naked.
I love that. Kelly hot? Not for Kelly. Not hot. Ian, what were you going to say?
I'm from like a real liberal background where I'm like, I got into the theater and we were like, yeah, okay, I wore high heels and wore a dress for one play. And I was like, fuck it. You just be the character. Be whatever you want. You want to be naked on stage? Be naked on stage. You want to fucking pour blood all over yourself? Fuck it.
Yeah.
But now I'm coming to grips as I'm aging with like indoctrinating kids with this shit. Because I was an adult when I went down that path. I was already past 18 doing the weird theater shit in New York, LA or whatever, Chicago. Now it's like with mass media, you got to be real careful about what you show little kids. I'm mostly just concerned about little kids getting their minds warped with sexuality.
Mm-hmm. And seeing it in that context too, because bro, that's a great point, Ian. Because of now with all this stuff happening and you guys talking about the children, I started going back now and going, okay, what are some of the things that I remember that were embedded in how young? David, I started going back in and I remember seeing this thing on TV where this person was being naked and it's embedded in my mind. It's not subliminal, but it's happened.
Some of it is,
and you get desensitized.
Well, okay, and this is where like I don't want to grow up to be the parent that is not holier than thou, but is the spoiler for the kids. I grew up watching a lot of raunchy comedies, playing video games, and now when I see my kids playing video games and watching TikTok, or not TikTok, but shorts, I was like, oh, don't do that. It's bad for you. But maybe I turned out relatively fine.
Yeah.
The idea of being naked, I had not put that angle together. The ritual humiliation before the world. Yeah. It's old comedy. He's doing the costume design and he comes out naked. Ha ha.
Yeah, I get it.
You think back to like comedies where someone gets locked out of the house naked and it's funny. It's because it's contextually funny.
Yeah.
But I had not thought about the ritual humiliation before the world. John Cena's character in particular, it wouldn't be the first time that he's done such a submission to Chinese interests, submission to Hollywood. And knowing the way Hollywood works, it is a filthy, filthy, demonic hellhole, and I wouldn't put it past him. It wasn't my first response. I wouldn't have gotten shocked by that. I mean, it's raunchy, silly humor, but you have half-naked women there showing their nipples. Yeah. This is just par for the course for the Oscars.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate the angle now, retroactively, knowing what Hollywood is.
Well, and so first of all, John Cena does have a movie. It came out on Friday. This was on Sunday.
Weird.
Ricky Stenicki. It was also
on
I think
Amazon
there's a
Prime.
weird tie in here because on his Twitter he was out pushing an OnlyFans account, which was an OnlyFans account for the character that he plays in this film, Ricky Stanicki, and that's probably why he showed up nude. To what you said, I don't disagree. Like, you played video games, I played video games. How old are you?
44.
All right,
nice. I'm older than
45. 37. I was playing Nintendo. I was playing Mario Brothers. I was playing the most violent game that I played as a child was Contra.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I
Great
finished
game,
Contra
dude.
without losing a man by the way.
me too.
But
spread
now
gun all the
look-
way. Rapid spread gun.
But now look at what the kids play. Right, we've gotten more violent as a society. The technology has made it more. It's actually weakened. I feel like the video games. When you go, well, how come the people are more violent today than they were 25 years ago? Why are there more school shootings? Why are there? You look at the violence that are in video games today compared to the violence. So yes, we did the same things as our children are doing now. Look, I have a 14-year-old. I'd be a fool not to think that he has not seen a naked person on the internet. He rides the school bus, right? When we were kids, we went to the woods and looked for those magazines in the woods. But the accessibility, the frequency, there is a weird part where technology is forcing this in the kids' faces. It scares me for the next generation coming up. I worry for the sensibility of my son and the violence that I see especially among teenagers in urban communities where there's this lack of respect for life. And I really believe it comes back to video games and being able to kill someone on the screen and then go, oh, I didn't feel anything there. And you get desensitized to it. Then you go out and do it to somebody in the street.
And on that, two things. One, Twitter, you can literally watch porn. Like, it's just on, and who can be on Twitter? Anyone can be on Twitter.
And murder,
Yeah, like, children are on Twitter, and it's, like, full-blown porn. It's disgusting. Yeah. But when it comes to nudity, and I'm going to, truthfully, in college, I was, indoctrinated by the culture, and I always had to wear a crop top, and I was always dressing, skimpier, unfortunately.
God bless you.
And, retrospect, I'm like, okay, when I'm going out, am I doing it for attention? What kind of attention am I doing? Sunday, after I went out to lunch, I'm walking down Fort Lauderdale, A1A, that area. Well, it's spring break. And now I'm seeing it sober-minded, seeing all these high schoolers, college people, literally going to the bar, thong bathing suits, top, heels, mid-daylight. Then you have, and they're just smoking weed and trust me, I've done it before too, but just in the bars, half naked, everywhere, drugs, drinking. And I'm looking around. I'm like, this is what society has come to? But we wonder why. Well, look it. You go on TV, everywhere you go, there's nudity, there's drugs. And it's not talking about the story of the gentleman, Downey Jr., overcoming his addiction, and what a great life, because so many people suffer from that. And so many people build great lives after that. Instead, it's humiliating him and making fun of him. And so society and Hollywood has a hold on what the culture is. Then you see it with a sober mind walking around, and it's quite terrifying.
Taylor, I'm disgusted. Where were these girls at? Where were the college girls?
Bro.
Did
you get anybody's number?
Senior frogs, Fort Lauderdale.
And you know what we all learned too? And apparently Rob lived in a neighborhood where just in the woods, guys were on porn and just throwing the magazine.
Oh, I'm not the only one. You guys didn't go to the woods for that?
You're we were looking for bears, Dad.
Does a bear shit in the woods? No, but there's magazines there.
We used to get you'd get Skinamax, Cinemax. You get a wavy boob, maybe.
Yes.
Now the imagery's insane.
It
used to be, you go to Instagram, it's women. That's intense. That didn't exist in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's graphics, visual imagery. In the 82, if you had a game on the Atari called Sex Game, and it was a red block went up to a green block, Dude, it wouldn't fuck any kids up. Unless there was a naked girl in the front. If it was just called Sex Game, and it was 2 blocks going like that.
Yeah.
But now with the graphics and the illusion of reality, even this TV, which is an illusion of reality technically, but it's it's very realistic graphics. I mean, you can just twist kids with video games. I'm on board with this video game talk. I don't like to say it because I love video games.
You and me
but
both.
The violent shit.
Violent Call of Duty.
They had this game called America's Army. It was a training game for soldiers. You get used to shooting.
I remember that. You get because it trains you. You learn the guns. You learn the parts. You learn the distance they can shoot. What's the maximum effective range? What's the bullet velocity? Dude, they're training you without you even knowing that you're getting trained. Yeah, what you say?
Before I would blame the video games, I would blame mental medications, whatever they call them. I'm more along the lines of the Alex Jones, the over medication of children. Yeah. And with the TikTok and the Instagram story, for me, it's the short attention span stuff. I have a short attention span to begin with. Even on Twitter, flicking up, those shorts, I mean, it trains you to have a 10-second attention span. Yep. And that, I think, for my kids is the biggest issue.
Yeah.